Catastrophic wildfires devastate Los Angeles. A detailed report. A series of powerful wildfires erupted on January 7, 2025, devastating the Los Angeles metropolitan area and surrounding regions. The fires were fueled by severe drought, low humidity, and hurricane-force Santa Ana winds reaching up to 100 miles per hour, 160 kilometers per hour. By January 11, the fires had claimed 11 lives, forced the evacuation of nearly 180,000 people, and destroyed or damaged more than 13,400 structures. The Palisades and Eaton fires were the most destructive, marking one of Southern California's most catastrophic wildfire events in history. Key updates. 1. Arson investigations. On January 8th, Gloria Lynn Mandich, a 60-year-old woman, was arrested on suspicion of arson near Leo Carrillo State Park. She faces felony charges unrelated to the main wildfires. In Woodland Hills, a man was detained for a probation violation, but not for arson. A firefighter reported seeing two men allegedly starting a fire near the Palisades fire's origin, leading authorities to investigate their potential involvement. Fire weather warnings and forecasts. Meteorologists had predicted extreme fire weather. January 2nd, 2025, the National Interagency Fire Center warned of above-normal significant fire potential for Southern California. January 7, 2025, the Storm Prediction Center issued an extremely critical fire weather warning for January 8th, forecasting strong winds and low humidity. The National Weather Service, NWS, issued red flag warnings for Los Angeles and Ventura counties, calling the situation particularly dangerous. Root causes of the fires. Drought and climate conditions. Southern California is experiencing its driest start to the rainy season on record, worsened by a weak La Niña, which diverted storm systems away from the region. Prolonged drought conditions and climate change have left vegetation highly flammable, extending the fire season. Dry grass and shrubs, fueled by fluctuating rainfall patterns, contributed to the rapid spread of the fires. Santa Ana winds. The Santa Ana winds, some of the strongest in a decade, were a major factor in the fire's spread, with wind speeds ranging from 50 to 100 miles per hour. High-altitude jet streams caused mountain waves, intensifying winds in areas typically less affected, exacerbating firefighting efforts. Unprecedented windstorm. The windstorm, which began on January 7th, brought 84 miles per hour winds in Santa Clarita, 62 miles per hour winds in Escondido Canyon, 55 miles per hour winds at Van Nuys Airport. The NWS described this windstorm as the most powerful in Southern California since 2011, predicting rapid fire spread and extensive damage. Current situation and ongoing response. Efforts to contain the Palisades and Eaton fires continue, with authorities focusing on evacuations, providing aid to affected areas, and investigating the causes of the fires. Firefighting budget challenges. The Los Angeles Fire Department, FD, is facing difficulties due to a $17.6 million budget cut for the fiscal year 2024-2025. This reduction, enacted by Mayor Karen Bass in July 2024, has sparked criticism, with concerns that it could hinder the department's ability to respond to emergencies effectively. Response efforts and preparations. Ahead of the wildfires, Governor Gavin Newsom initiated a response plan on January 6, deploying 65 fire engines, 7 helicopters, 7 water tenders, 109 personnel. Utility companies prepped for potential power outages. Southern California Edison shut off power to up to 400,000 customers to prevent fire risks. San Diego Gas and Electric also implemented preemptive power shutdowns. Schools and transportation systems were also impacted. Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District closed all schools on January 7th due to safety concerns. The Los Angeles Unified School District relocated schools and restricted outdoor activities in affected areas. Portions of Pacific Coast Highway were closed due to high winds. Wildfire spread and impact. By January 10, 2025, 4 major wildfires were spreading across greater Los Angeles. Extreme winds and prolonged drought conditions created an ideal environment for rapid fire spread. Palisades Fire. The Palisades Fire, which started near Pacific Palisades on January 7th, quickly grew to 5,000 acres. By January 8th, it was advancing at an alarming rate of 3 football fields per minute. By January 9th, the fire had consumed 17,234 acres, prompting expanded evacuation zones. Eaton Fire, igniting in Eaton Canyon on January 7th, spread from 20 acres to 10,600 acres by January 8th. Evacuations were ordered in Pasadena, Sierra Madre, and La Cañada Flintridge, with Mount Wilson at risk. 5 fatalities were reported. Other notable fires. Hearst Fire grew rapidly, reaching 855 acres by January 8, with 37% containment by January 9. Kenneth Fire ignited on January 9th, quickly spreading to 960 acres, with evacuations ordered in Los Angeles. Casualties and damage. As of January 10th, the wildfires have claimed 11 lives, including 67-year-old Anthony Mitchell and his son Justin in the Eaton Fire. A firefighter sustained serious injuries, and another individual succumbed to carbon monoxide poisoning in the Palisades Fire. Structural damage has been extensive, with over 9,300 homes destroyed. Economic impact. J.P. Morgan estimates insured losses will exceed $20 billion, surpassing the $12.5 billion losses from the 2018 Camp Fire. Total economic losses could reach $57 billion, with numbers continuing to rise as the fires spread. Power outages and air quality. By January 8th, nearly 400,000 customers were without power. Air quality across Los Angeles was hazardous, with the Air Quality Index AQI reaching very unhealthy levels. PM 2.5 levels exceeded 184.1 micrograms per mercury, far above safe limits. Nash school and entertainment closures. 19 school districts in Los Angeles announced closures. The Los Angeles Unified School District, LAUSD, extended closures through January 10. Several entertainment events were canceled or postponed, including the 31st Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards and Critics' Choice Awards. Water supply challenges. Water shortages in areas like Pacific Palisades hampered firefighting efforts, with insufficient water pressure and dry hydrants complicating the situation. Boil water notices were issued due to contamination. Looting and law enforcement response. Looting in evacuated neighborhoods resulted in at least 20 arrests by January 9th. The National Guard was deployed to prevent further looting. Ongoing response and federal support. Governor Newsom activated the National Guard, and President Biden pledged federal aid. International assistance has also arrived from Australia, offering support to California. Stay updated with Kainat Rana Explorer for further coverage of this crisis and other global events.